Hi Flosstube, I am Tamara. I am PD Stitcher here on YouTube and over on Instagram, and this is my channel about cross stitch. If you are new here, welcome. I hope that you will stick around, see if there's anything you like. If you do, I hope you will hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you can get notifications and come back and visit with me again. If you are returning, welcome back. I appreciate you. I appreciate the time you take to come visit with me and share my love of cross stitch. So it's been a couple of weeks. Before that, I was doing good if I was getting one a month. But this is 1 in 2 weeks, so that's a start. My goal is to start doing one every other week. This is Flosstube 94. Today is Saturday, March 15th, and got my green on because St. Patrick's Day is in 2 days. I have a uniform I have to wear to work, so I can't wear my green on St. Patrick's Day, so I'm wearing it today. It's cloudy here, so the lighting, it is what it is. I'm trying to get natural light from the window over here, but I can only get so much with the clouds, so hopefully we'll still be able to see decent as far as the colors coming true. So what do I have for y'all today? Have a little bit of some works in progress or whips. I have some plans. I have a Flosstuber shout out, and I'll finish with my quote. It's not my quote. It's a quote that I will share with you. Something I want to get back into the habit of doing at the end of every Flosstube. I don't have any new starts. I am doing 25 new starts in 2025, but I have not started anything so far this month, which means at the end of this month is going to see 2 new starts. Don't know when, but they will. I'm standing, so I'm shifting a lot, y'all. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. I've worked a lot. Last week I worked a baseball tournament all day on Saturday, was out in the sun from 8:30 to 5:30 and got severely sunburned. It started to go in now. It's not nearly as pink as it was. Thank goodness, because I was pretty lobster-like, but I'm better now. You can kind of see, let me see if I can show you the difference. The lighting's not good, but there's a distinct difference between the color of my arm where my watch is and the color of my arm where the sun hit all last weekend. So I'm hoping that's my base tan for this year. Although I don't really tan, I just pink and then pale and then pink and then pale. It's a cycle, but that's okay. So, but you're not here for that. You're here for cross stitch. I did not unzip anything in advance. I apologize. So you will hear some zippers. It's just how it is. So let's see, what do I have for y'all today? Some works in progress. The first one is Rosetta by Ink Circles. And it is housed in my So Much to Love Mickey Mouse bag with the inner yellow gingham. And this is being stitched on 40 count Grace Notes Fabrics Sparkling Grape. And I finished one medallion. Oh, let me say, this is the cover photo. And here is where it was the last time I showed you. I did find out last time that I am able to edit a little bit better with using the iMovie and on this MacBook. I'm learning. I'm still not used to the camera being backwards from what I'm used to, so bear with me. It may be a little crazy. But I've finished one medallion and started the next one. I am doing each medallion in a different color, in shades of teal, pink, green, and purple. So this one, let's see if I can. This one right here is Weeks Dye Works Lucky. And now I've moved over to here, and this is Weeks Dye Works Iris. Like I said, the lighting isn't great, so you can't really tell that is a very pretty purple. Let's see if I can get this out so you can see the whole thing. No, I didn't iron. And the light is kind of, see if I can note, even if I raise it, it's not gonna block out that light. The border is being done in coal, Weeks Dye Works coal. But I love how that medallion turned out with the variegated greens. And you can tell a little bit. Let me see if I can. The iris doesn't variegate as much. I am stitching this 1/1, so it's not quite as deep in the variegation with this iris color. You can kind of see it. So that is Rosetta by Ink Circles. That is my focus project for this year. My goal is to get it done by midsummer. I should finish it up in July, I think. The next thing I worked on, oh, and I am doing Sammy J's. If you follow Sammy J on Flosstube, she does Whippagories every month. And this month, that one is the one I'm doing for a project that is large. And so that is one of my large projects. This next one is Year of Celebrations February by Hands On Design. Here is a cover photo, and here is where it was the last time I showed you, which was in 2024, because this is also one of the Whippagories, and this category is haven't stitched in 2025 yet, and now I've stitched on it. Not even sure that I was able to show you a cover photo because it's small. It's I don't have it up here, but if you are familiar with the Year of Celebrations, the big picture on the front of the booklet is the January, and then all of the other months are small at the bottom, so it's hard to see them. But I am stitching this on 32 count flax. This is my take to soccer. And since now we are in, oh, let's go this way, see if that helps. So now that we are in soccer season for my daughter, this is going to get some love at the soccer field. The problem is her stadium, because she plays night games, the lighting is not good in the stands. So this past week, she had a game that was at 5:45, and I was able to get some stitching because now that we've had time change, it was still light out. But I've finished everything inside the heart, the word love, and I started this down the side, the border down the side, and then I'll work my way across the bottom. So it's looking pretty good. I'm happy with it. If I take this off, you'll see that I'm stitching it on the same piece of fabric that I did January. I'm hoping to get all 12 months. I bought 2 pieces of the fabric, so I'm hoping to get all 12 months on the same fabric. We'll see. I closed the bedroom door, so Milo will not be coming in here with me, which is why I'm putting projects on the bed. If Milo was going to be in here with me, those would not be on the bed. The next project that I worked on is Shades of Autumn, and this is by Banu Demiral, and it comes out of the Just Cross Stitch October 2017 issue. Here is the cover photo, and here is where it was the last time I showed it to you. And this is being stitched on 32 count Color and Cotton Monster Mash, which I absolutely love. It is the most beautiful purple, and purple is one of my favorite colors, so of course I love it. And it's looking pretty good. No, I haven't ironed anything. That's just who I am. But I finished. I need a third hand. That's what I need. I need a clip. That's what I need to do. But I finished this line right here and started with these motifs on this band and went down here. So this is one that I used for Whippagory of Has No Black, because it's all oranges, yellows, and rusts, so all autumnal colors. This is like 6 colors, and it's not, there's no specialty stitches, but it's dense stitching, and it's very fiddly. This band, every stripe is a different color. So every diagonal is a different color, but it all blends in. See, you can see there. They're all a different color, and that's really fiddly. But it looks, the look is just absolutely just beautiful. I love, like I said, I'm still learning the camera because it's backwards. This band right here. It's gorgeous. This one right here I think is going to also be gorgeous once I get it all filled in, but all I did right now was pretty much go around the outlines of these little, I don't even know what they are. They're kind of flowery looking things. I love this one. This is my Lucy from Peanuts Needle Minder. If you're new here, I love Peanuts and I love Disney, so hence the Mickey and Friends shirt, and then the Peanuts needle minders, which you'll see on a lot of my projects if you stay around for a while. And this is housed in an Amazon bag. I love my Amazon bags because I can afford those. I love my nice bags. I love my fancy bags. But, you know, I'm not made of money, so I'm okay with using the Amazon bags until I can, you know, gradually build up my my supply of nice fabric bags. I only have one more whip. Like I didn't stitch on a lot. I did a lot of stitching. I did not stitch on a lot. So this next one is 3 Dolphins. It is a Heaven and Earth design. The artwork is by Carol Cavalaris. Here is the cover photo. And here is where it was the last time I showed this to you. And I am stitching this on 28 count easy grid. And I have done all of this and all of this. A lot of fill-in, which it doesn't look like much, but it really is. It's a lot of stitching. I've done almost 500 stitches on this month. This was a whip go goal for January to get 1% accomplished. I'm still working on that. We're on month 3. 1% is a lot of stitches on this. It's a very big piece. So, but I'm excited to have gotten as far as I've gotten, and I'm getting closer to that 1%. That's all my whips. Like I said, I think I stitched on 3 Dolphins 3 days so far this month, and today's only the 15th, so we're halfway through the month. I stitched on that a few days. I stitched on the Year of Celebration several days because we've had several soccer games. And on those evenings, either I'm stitching on Year of Celebrations because it's at the game with me, or I'm not stitching at all because I'm going to focus on the game. I stitch while she plays so that I don't yell as much. Kind of helps. I also suck on Tootsie Roll Pops. We make sure that I have a supply of those because if I have that in my mouth, I'm not yelling as much. Now, I don't yell at players. I will yell for players. I will encourage players. I try not to yell at referees. My youngest isn't a big fan of me even just cheering loud because she's a teenager and, you know, mom can be embarrassing. But most of what I'm yelling is positive. Very, very rarely am I yelling anything negative unless it's, you know, hey, ref, that should have been a call. We haven't had that this year so far. That's been great. We've had a couple of games last year where, hey, ref, that should have been a call. But this year we've had the games have been good. They've won a couple. They've lost one. they're playing pretty good. So, and it's not been rough. She in her first game, she we think bruised her ribs, so she's been in a little bit of pain, but she's still, that was the first game of the season, and she's toughed it out and played every game since with pain in her rib, but she's a tough little cookie. So it's fun, but that's been that's my small little project because it's easy to take to games, and it's also housed in an Amazon bag. The other reason why I like my Amazon bags, I can put stickers on them, so chilling with my nomies. And most of the schools here have a clear bag policy for their stadiums. Clear bag. If you notice, you can see there's my Tootsie Roll Pop. So that was, I didn't eat all of them, so I have a couple still in the bottom from the last game. So they go right in there. I have, because the first time I took my actual stitching scissors and I set off the metal detector going in. So now I have these, I'm sorry for the rattling. I have these cute, are these not just adorable? Cute little, these do not set off the metal detector at the gate. So these now go to the games with me. And they're just cute. I did have to steal them back. My one who plays soccer thinks these are adorable and tries to steal them. They're not hers. They are mine. So they're now in my stitching bag so that I don't set off metal detectors when I go to games. Clear bag. Everything can go in with me into the games with a clear bag policy. It's a win. Amazon bags are great. So I've worked on that. I had 2 or 3 days that I did not stitch because just for one thing or another, life. Like I said, I've been busy. Last Saturday after I worked 8:30 to 5:30, I literally came home and sat on the couch and did nothing because I was on my feet all day long and I was exhausted and fried like a tomato. So I just didn't feel like doing anything. So no stitching got done last week. That's okay. This is a hobby, not a job. I know for some people, they are able to stitch like it's their job, and I used to be able to do that before I started working outside of my home, but now I work outside the home, and this is my hobby, and it's supposed to be fun, and there's no competition for who gets the most stitches. It's nice to get a lot of stitches and see a lot of progress, but that's not the point in my life right now where I can do that, so I get stitches when I can get stitches, and I just enjoy it. Plans. I have not touched a single Whip Go goal for March. Not one. No, I'm still working on one from January. I've hit the others from January and from February. I have 2 Whip Go boards if you are new here. One is a new starts board for my 25 starts in 2025. I have 24 new starts on the Whip Go board, and then my 25th one will be my birthday start. So I have 2 new starts every month, and then I have a Whip Go board for just my whips. And if you are new, Whip Go is a game that was created by Jessie Marie at Jessie Marie Does Stuff. And I will link her below. And go over and check out her channel if you are interested in seeing how Whip Go works. It's basically like bingo. She calls 2 numbers a month. And those are the goals that I have for that month. So this month, like I said, I haven't started on them. And we're halfway through the month. I have August Gnome, and I need to get to 10%, which should not be hard. Either I need to, no, that's not right. I need to get 10% done, which is not hard because August Gnome is not as big, nearly as big as 3 Dolphins. 3 Dolphins getting 1% is hard. August Gnome getting 10% should be a piece of cake. Maybe 2 nights of stitching. Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. My goal is to get 500 stitches. That should be 1 night, maybe 2, depending on the night and how focused I can be. And then I have 2 new starts that I need to do. And I'm going to apologize because I do believe the doorbell's about to ring and the dogs are going to go crazy. I just saw somebody walk up our front walkway. But my husband is downstairs and he can deal with that. I have 2 new starts, Foxy Fall and the Needleworker. So those will be my new starts for this month. And then I still have 1 more piece that I need that's a focus piece. It's my Focus Full Coverage, and that's Christmas 2. My goal is to put 500 to 1,000 stitches in it every month, and I've not put in 1 so far in March. So I think that's going to be my next weekend project because it is full coverage, and I don't use Pattern Keeper for that one. That one is done with paper pattern, so it takes me a while to get the 500 to 1,000 stitches. So that's it for plans. Now let's see, Flosstubers. I have two that I want to shout out. The first one is Stitchin' Big Things with Hallie. She stitches all kinds of really big projects. I love seeing her work. She does full covers. She does bigger projects. She has one right now. It's a gorgeous sunflower mandala. Absolutely gorgeous. Please go check her out. And all of this stuff will be in the description box below. And the other one is the Runner Stitcher. If you've been around for a while, you know that I have a daughter who runs. She used to run for a D1 college. She has had 2 major injuries in her legs, so she is pretty much medically retired. She's still having pain. It's been a year since her first injury. It's been 8 months since her second, and she's still having pain from those injuries. So she's pretty much medically retired. She's no longer at that university. She's now home and going to the local university. But my life for many, many years with her has been following her running career. And so when I saw the Runner Stitcher come across my recommended for you on YouTube, I had to follow. And he is amazing. Very, very, very good. I love listening to him speak. He's just very calm, very soothing. He is working on Saga by Long Dog Samplers. That's one of his main focuses right now. And first of all, that's a gorgeous piece. And second, he shares with us, because they have a little story for each of the little sections, he shares with us the story as he's working on that section. And it's just been fun to follow him and see his progress on that. He's got several other projects that he's working on that he's making progress on. And he's just really great. I highly recommend you go visit him. He is the Runner Stitcher because he does run. He lives in New York. He runs a lot of 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons, things like that. And he talks about those on his channel too. And for me, it's because I don't run. I've done a couple of 5Ks. I run walk. I do a little bit of running, then a little bit of walking, then a little bit of running. I don't run a 5K. I run walk a 5K, mostly walk. But it's fun to watch other people's running journey because it's something I've grown to appreciate, having watched my daughter run for so many years. So I highly recommend you go check out those two. And now, and this is a very short video. I think maybe doing it every other week will shorten these and they won't be, film length. They'll be short little videos, and I'm good with that. But I'm going to leave you with my quote. Like I said, not my quote. The quote I'm going to share with you. This one is from William James, and he said, "Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does." And I so 100% agree. Everything we do makes a difference in somebody's life, in the world that we live in. It makes a difference. So act like what you're doing is going to make a difference, because it does. I try every day to focus on building up the people that I come into contact with. I do work in a customer service type situation. My goal is always to make people feel like they were heard and that they matter, that they were important. And it makes me feel good to help them and make them come out of our interaction with a pleasant experience. So I hope that you all have come out of our interaction with a pleasant experience. And I hope that you all will come back and see me. Hopefully in a couple weeks, I will have my next one up. Y'all stay happy, stay healthy, keep stitching. Bye.